2 weeks ago, while the US troops withdrew from Afghanistan and the Taliban gained control, I lay in a hospital bed in Boston, undergoing my sixth surgery. As doctors continued to repair the Taliban's damage to my body, 9 years later, I am still recovering from just one bullet. The people of Afghanistan have taken millions of bullets over the last 4 decades. In October 2012, a member of the Pakistani Taliban boarded my school bus and shot one bullet into my left temple. The bullet grazed my left eye, skull and brain, lacerating my facial nerve, shattering my eardrum, breaking my jaw joints. The emergency surgeons in Peshawar removed my left temporal skull bone to create space for my brain to swell in response to the injury. Their quick action saved my life, but soon my organs began to fail, and I was airlifted to Islamabad. A week later, doctors determined that I needed more intense care and should be moved out of my home country to continue treatment. During this time, I was in an induced coma. I don't remember anything from the day of the shooting until the moment I woke up at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, UK. When I opened my eyes, I was relieved to realize I was alive. But I had questions. What happened to me? Where is my father? Who is going to pay for the treatment? We don't have money. I wrote mirror and showed it to the nurses. I wanted to see myself. I recognized only half of my face. The other half was unfamiliar. I believed in my strength. I believed I would get out of the hospital and run like a wolf and fly like an eagle. The UK doctors eventually decided to fit a titanium plate where my skull bone had been, reducing the risk of infection in a procedure called cranioplasty. When my family joined me, I started physical therapy and rehabilitation. I walked slowly, taking baby steps. I talked like a baby too. I felt like starting over a second life. I covered my mouth with my hands when I laughed, so people wouldn't see that one side didn't work as well as the other. I avoided staring in the mirror or watching myself on videos. In my own mind, I thought I looked fine. I accepted the reality and I was happy with myself. I would still need 2 extensive surgeries, and it worked. I finally had more movement in my face. On August 9, in Boston, I woke up to go to the hospital for my latest surgery and saw the news that the Taliban had taken Kunduz, the first major city to fall in Afghanistan. Over the next few days, with ice packs and a bandage wrapped around my head, I watched as province after province fell to men with guns, loaded with bullets like the one that shot me. As soon as I could sit up again, I was making phone calls, writing letters to the heads of the state around the world, speaking with women's rights activists still in Afghanistan. In the last 2 weeks, we have been able to help several of them and their families get to a safe place. But I know we can't save everyone. Without the crowds of people holding I am Malala signs, Without thousands of letters and offers of support, prayers and news stories, I might not have received medical care. My parents certainly wouldn't have been able to cover the cost on their own. I might not have survived. The wounds from my recent surgery are fresh. On my back, I still carry the scar where doctors removed the bullet from my body. A few days ago, I called my best friend, the girl sitting next to me on the school bus. When I was attacked, I asked her to tell me again what happened that day. Did I scream? Did I try to run away? No, you stood still and silent, staring into the face of the Taliban as he called out your name. He recognized you and started firing. Two of my classmates, Shazia and Kainat, were shot in the hand and the arm. The white school bus went red with blood. 9 years later, I am still recovering from just one bullet. The people of Afghanistan have taken millions of bullets over the last 4 decades. My heart breaks for those whose names we will forget or never even know, whose cries for help will go unanswered.